Hey gang, welcome to Vital Vinyl. If you're new here, welcome aboard. If you're a long-time, lifelong subscriber, fan, and just Vital Vinylic Ganiac, welcome back. And welcome back to me, because I've been gone for like a week. Did you miss me? Did you even notice? Well, for me, I miss doing this because I like it and it's cool. But I was out camping for a few days because I'm a roughing it kind of guy. I'm not. And it was the wife's birthday and just a bunch of regular life stuff. So, been gone, but I'm back. Better than ever. So, here we go. Let's get into it. Oh, and got some 8-tracks because I got an 8-track player. It's pretty cool. It's pretty crazy. I've never owned one in my entire life before. And, So I got to take it apart, put a new belt in it because the old belt didn't work. And I put an 8-track in it and it just went like... And that's not really the kind of music I like to listen to. So... got a replacement belt, put it in, and now it's working fantabulously. So maybe I'll do a video on that one day. Don't know. Never know what I'm doing. But today I know what I'm doing. I'm talking about a band that's been around, since I believe 70s? Definitely 80s. But I got into them in the 90s. Called Red Kross, and two of their albums that I have are Phase Shifter and Researching the Blues, and it's not a blues album. So yeah, these guys, it's two brothers, Jeff and Steve McDonald. Occasionally, actually I guess more often than not, maybe at least with the stuff I've had of theirs, drummer Roy McDonald, no relation I believe. Roy McDonald was also drummer for the Muffs, which I talked about a ways back. They're another rockin' band, so get into them. A lot of bands were influenced by Red Kross. They're just like these 13, 14-year-old kids that were putting out records and doing a pretty good job of it. They were kind of more glammy sounding in their early days. They were also in a movie called Spirit of 1976. With like David Cassidy and I think like Olivia DeBow from Wonder Years. I saw the movie when I was in high school and it was pretty cool. They were just these kind of like, I guess sort of stoner California kids in the 70s that help David Cassidy, who's come from the future. I forget the exact plot, but I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. I think I saw it on there recently as well. So look it up. Or maybe I'll put a link in the description. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. I always say I will, or sometimes say I will, and then sometimes I don't, and sometimes I do. So it's all part of the mystery of this show. Don't you miss that? I put the miss in mystery. So let's get into it, shall we? Oh, and I might be selling out soon. I don't know what that means. But since I'm kind of approaching the end of my records, I might start like a Patreon on here just so I can raise money to get new records that I can talk about. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Or if you're just like, no, dude, just get to the end of the alphabet so this show can be done and we can all just walk away from you. All right. Oh, and Steve McDonald of Red Kross is bass player for the Melvins currently, so that's cool. They did go on tour together a few years ago. I missed that tour because I didn't know about it. And Jeff McDonald is married to Charlotte Caffey of Go-Go's fame, and they have a daughter who's also a musician who actually did a bonus track on Researching the Blues, not the album, not the vinyl version, but if you find it on, I guess maybe CD or on Apple Music or Spotify or Amazon, whatever, Yeah, there's a bonus track, and I don't remember what it's called, so there you go. Alright, well, I got into these boys in the early 90s when Phase Shifter came out. It was a departure from their kind of glam sound. It's more sort of alternative, rocky, early 90s sound. But it is a really, really, really good album. The title track, Jimmy's Fantasy, they actually had a video for with Jason Lee in it from a whole bunch of Kevin Smith movies, and My Name is Earl, and other stuff. And they might have done one or two other videos, I don't know, but they were like making the talk show circuit at the time too. They played on Conan O'Brien, and I don't remember what other shows they were on, but yeah. So this was only available on CD and recently came out on vinyl, but I had a hard time finding it for less than like $40-50 at least. But then one day I was at a local record shop in New Orleans, Euclid Records, and they had a copy there for not too much, like $20-25, whatever like average record price was. And so I scooped that motherfucker up, because I've been wanting this for like, I don't know, 25 years, something like that. And I got it, and I was so happy. And then I went back recently, and they had another copy there. So if you're a fan of Red Kross or want this album on vinyl, hit up Euclid Records in New Orleans. EUCLID is how you spell it. Euclid. Probably .com. Maybe I'll put a link in the description to this. But yeah, they had another copy there. So if you want it, and why wouldn't you, then go ahead and get it. Let's take a look at it, okay? Alright. It is on black vinyl, which is cool because some vinyl purists say that colored vinyl makes it sound like... I don't know. I always liked getting colored vinyl records back when I was a little punk rock skater boy, when I got into records at the age of 14 back in 1988. God, it's been a while since I've done this. I forget all the stuff that I usually say at the beginning of the show. But yeah, back when I was a kid and teenager and a 20-something-year-old, I liked getting colored vinyl because it was different, because everything else is on black vinyl. But now vinyl's kind of more popular and there's a bunch of colored vinyl stuff coming out. I like it when I get something on black vinyl now, just to change it up a bit. So this is on black vinyl, and it comes with a, what's this? I guess it didn't have, yeah, so it probably just had its own regular white sleeve, and I put it in an anti-static sleeve. I don't know why I had to show you that, but it did come with an insert, so that's cool. And it's got like little words on it and words about songs, mostly just what the names of the songs are, and then photos of the band in studio recording the album, so you get to see it in action. So you could like listen to the album and then like shake this around, be like, wow, it's like I'm watching it being made. It's kind of like watching the Get Back Beatles documentary, but with Red Kross. And then on the other side, it's nothing but the band playing. And I guess this was before Roy McDonald, because that's not Roy McDonald on drums. Let's see who it is. Drums, 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 drums. Drums is Brian Wright. So, yep. But this is Jeff McDonald on vocals and guitar, Steve McDonald on bass and vocals. Steve McDonald, also the bass player for the Melvins. Remember when I said that? It's still going on 5 minutes later. Edward Kurdziel on guitar, and Geir Fennelly on piano, organ, and Mellotron. What? I didn't even know they had a Mellotron on this album. Mostly because I didn't know what that was. I thought maybe That was like Optimus's prime enemy whenever he's like chilling in Mellotron. Yeah. I always thought that picture looked like Sebastian Bach from Skid Row. Wasn't that exciting? Then after this, they put out an album called Show World, which I kind of liked it. It was kind of along the lines of Phase Shifter, but a little bit mellower from what I recall. I don't know, haven't listened to it in a couple of decades. And they are kind of a band that I like some of their stuff, not all their stuff. Like I said, their earlier, more glammy stuff, I wasn't a big fan of back then. Maybe I'll like it now. I don't know. I guess I should have researched that in the week that I've been off that I knew I was going to talk about this. But I didn't. Isn't this the kind of professionalism you'd want to contribute to in a Patreon? But this album came out, and I remember looking it up on Apple Music, and it was pretty freaking rockin', boys and girls, I gotta say. Researching the blues, but it's not a blues album at all. It is a rockin' album, and it is rockin' and reelin' from both the floor to the ceiling. Let's take a look at that one too, alright? It's got a hype sticker as well, if you're into that kind of stuff. Don't ever do that, kids. Avoid putting plastic bags over your heads or other people's heads for fear of suffocation. Possibly even death. We don't want death. Death is not cool. Oh, but it's got an insert. And hey, look, lyrics so you can sing along with all your favorite new jams. And it's got a painting on the other side. Doesn't say who did it. Doesn't say who it's of. But I'm lying. Let's see. Oh, cover photo by blah blah blah. Additional cover photo editing. Back cover photo. Okay, so that's a portrait of his daughter, Jeff McDonald and Charlotte Caffey of Go-Go's fame. That's their daughter, Astrid McDonald, who is also a musician, and I wish I could remember the name of the song that she sings on this album, but it's not on the album version. I mean, it's not on the vinyl version, it's on the digital version. I think it's maybe called Pop World or Pop Star, Pop Fizz, or whatever leaf it is. Pop goes the weasel goes pop. Any third base fans out there? You out there, Pete Nice? You listening? But not MC Search, because that dude was kind of a butthead. Especially because he had beef with MCA from Beastie Boys fame. That dude's cool as fuck, you know? He was like all about free Tibet. He was a vegan, for crying out loud. Why would you yell at a vegan unless you were a cow? But MC Search was a bit of a big dude, so he kind of is a cow. What am I talking about? Yeah, so neat little painting of the daughter. That's so sweet. What are we going to guess that the color of this vinyl is? Would it be red? Would it be black? I'm going to go red. No. I'm going to go black. Let's get Roy McDonald on a drum roll, please. We can see the record, stupid. Oh, okay. Don't put your fingers on the record, stupid. Okay, sorry. Black record, red label. Black record, red label, black baby. White woman, black man, black baby. For those of you who picked up on that Public Enemy lyrical reference, good for you. I need to get Fear of a Black Planet. That'd be an awesome album to review. I was a huge Public Enemy fan back in what the kids refer to as the day. But this is not that day. And this is not a day for Public Enemy. Well, it is always a day for Public Enemy. Yeah, boy, you gotta fight the powers that be. Motherfuck him and John Wayne. So, yeah. Researching the Blues title track. Stay Away from Downtown. Videos for both of those songs. Uglier, also good. Dracula's Daughter, also good. And, they're keeping in tune with the monster theme. Meet Frankenstein, also good. One of the good ones, yeah. New Temptations, pretty good. Choose to Play, Winter Blues, Hazel Eyes. There's one song on here that I'm not too big a fan of. And it's actually not even the whole song. It's just like one guitar part of it that they keep going over and over again. Like, it just goes like... exactly like that. I know you thought you were listening to the album right there, didn't you? But you weren't. It was just me and my amazing Michael Winslow sound effects self. Anyone catch the Michael Winslow reference? Maybe I should make a reference from this century instead of just from 1984 to 89, apparently is all I'm equipped with. But anyway, that was today's episode, gang. Hope you had as good a time watching it as I did making it. So reading over the reviews, Google Analytics or YouTube Analytics and whatnot, it seems like a lot of people either like or at least click on when I do product reviews. So I might do a review of some of this stuff. Actually, I might do a review of this little turntable right here because I think I'm going to sell it. I think I am. Yeah, got to make room for some other stuff. And it's a pretty cool turntable. I'll give you a little teaser on what it can do. It is an Iowa D80 from 1981. Why didn't they call it a D81 then? I don't know, but it was preceded by the D50, which did not come out in 1950, so I guess the number doesn't really matter. It is a direct drive turntable, and you could either lift, well, let's get these 8 tracks off of here. Okay. You could either lift up the dust cover to put your record on, or you could press this button, and the tray would come out. And then you put the record on the turntable that away. So there's a little teaser for next time. But I am going to sell it probably for, I don't know, $125, something like that. But I'll give you a rundown of what it can and can't do next time. So until then, gang, have a blessed day.